Rahubat. What hub? What hub? My boyka. Welcome. Bienvenido. Look at this. I got a green shirt on. I didn't realize that you have a green screen. I did not realize that I actually put up a green screen on this. So I'm having fun. I said, hey, let me keep it. Let me keep it. There you go. This is neat. Oh boy. Oh man. Okay. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. You know what I'm saying? I need to address this. Well, first of all, I hope everybody's having not hope. I know that everybody having a wonderful experience. You know what I'm saying? Right now in North Carolina, it's raining all day. It's overcast and it's been raining all day. And, I kind of enjoy it because now I even open up my window, let that nice rain breeze come through and, sit back, watch a movie or watch some podcasts and stuff like that. I was, last night was strange. I just found myself not able to sleep and just found myself just going on the computer. You know what I'm saying? I normally don't do that, but last night was strange. I started out with a podcast with the elder. That was such a great podcast. You know what I'm saying? With the elder Samuel, Ishmael, with the elder Ishmael, Ishmael, Mugdal. And that was great, brother. The Baba shared a lot of information and instructions, knowledge, and a lot of experience. Gave us sort of like the backstory, our story. Every nation organization tells a story. He was telling us stories. They would take us back then. So I kind of I was just happy to be there and listen. It reminds me when I used to sit with Abiyaya, one of the nobles, Abiyaya. And man, what he used to share. And let me tell you something. These brothers are not the type to sit down and share just anything with anybody. You know what I'm saying? They have a lot of wisdom. But I think he felt very comfortable. The brother Pharaoh did a great job at hosting. There was a lot of brothers that came on very respectful and listening. And that's very important when we have to sit at the feet of the elders and the masters and gain that instruction. And I used to do that with Panaba Yanun, man, underneath the tent. And at the fruit stand. I used to sit there, and sometimes I used to even sit on the floor while he sat on a chair and just listen to what he had to say. And there would be other brothers there also, and I would watch their interaction because that's what he did. And he would ask certain questions, and he would see how we answer the questions. You know what I'm saying? Great time. I love doing that. You could just find so much jewels when the elders share their story or share our story, man. They were there. It's just so much jewels. So that was such a great podcast. You know what I'm saying? I posted it on the Morals and Ethic Committee page. Excuse me. I also posted it on my page, Silos Congas. And share it, like it, and share it. You know what I'm saying? Because enough is enough. We got to let the elders speak. You know what I'm saying? We can't allow other people, other persons to dictate or to tell us what our story is. You know what I'm saying? And I'm referring to people like Chuck Morgan, Michael Bashia. I'm referring to some people even in administration. Tries to give us the story, but it's not, they have any experience as far as some of these elders. Let them tell the story. And let's absorb that and grab those jewels from there. Just like Panabayano, when he relates to us our story. You know what I'm saying? So that's such a great podcast. Then a brother told me that Tahaka Bay was doing a podcast. Wow. And that was interesting. I got on. When I first started listening, my brother Amun Numa was on there. You know what I'm saying? And I seen it. Bro, he was kicking that knowledge. I mean, he was wisdom too. You know, some others are gifted with some type of wisdom and some type of insight, sound right reason that is phenomenal, man. You know what I'm saying? We that's how we roll. That's what we learn. You know, that's what was activated in us. Panaba activated that in us. You know what I'm saying? It's like a track. And we was attracted because we said like, yo, this is sound right reason. This is transcendental reasoning. And we're able, and that sparks it in us. And then we're able to, initiate that. You know what I'm saying? And I saw that there. And the other brothers too, you know what I'm saying? Very oh man, the amount of reasoning, the amount, the articulation and the reasoning behind it was just amazing. You know what I'm saying? And Tahaka Bey, I saw it in him. He just sat back, was like, oh man, this is, he can't deal with that. Cannot deal with that. And a shout out also to the brother from New University TV. You have good points there, but I know you're honorable in the sense that you want to seek out those documents and those information and documents to solidify your counterclaims. That is very, very important. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you. The other brother that came on, Cisco, it seems to be knowledgeable in law, but law is very vast. You got international laws, you got the diplomatical laws, you have local laws, state laws, so you cannot come on a broadcast and speak about law and not identify what particular law you're speaking about. You know what I'm saying? When I came on, I kind of addressed the judicial protocols and the judicial laws of how judges are supposed to conduct themselves. You know what I'm saying? That was my contribution to that podcast, and I hope, and I achieved that. I let them know. I seen it in Tahaka. He was just listening. He just couldn't deal with it. And I know he was waiting for me to mess up somewhere so he can go right on in. But it didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Only to the end. And I explained to you why I did what I did. You know what I'm saying? So it was a good build. You know what I'm saying? A shout out. My brother Amun Numa, schooled me on that. He said, hey, listen, sometimes these podcasts, he says, I know they got a little hidden agenda and this and that, but the fact that he allowed brothers to get on there and to, clarify some things about the case and clarify about that plight that our master teacher is going through was very honorable, and I do respect that. But at the other hand, because remember, the evil and good, two different vibrations. There's always a hidden line, a hidden agenda there, and I see that. That's why I named this Necromancy, and I'm going to explain to you why I did that. And I see that he's trying to at least, he's going off of these talking points that he probably got from Chuck Morgan and certain other disgruntled ex-members, and that, has been putting out this information in a certain light. You know what I'm saying? And I explained to the brother too that, the charge, and that's how the conversation came with Noble Joe Ali, is that these charges, these convictions, those are all factors in burying you. Those are paperwork. Those are indictments and protocols like that to bury you in that paperwork so that you have to fight your way out. That's what they do, is they bury you in that sunken place. Our master teachers, they put them into that sunken place. But in that, there's a light, you know what I'm saying? And we're finding that light as we sift through the case. And that's what it's happening, and that's what's bothering a lot of these ex-disgruntled members. that we're able to look at it and find a doorway. It set a pathway as to free, and not only free, but expose the situation, in the case. So the reason why, and I knew it was going to give him a little pushback, but I did it because I wanted to reverse the table. I'm saying that I was telling Tahaka, open up your mind. Listen, this is a constant thing amongst our leaders, amongst these leaders. This is a constant thing. You see it happening with Elijah Muhammad. It's a cultural thing. You know what I'm saying? And so the Corporation of the United States have interjected into that. You know what I'm saying? And and gave their little prescribed their way, on people of a different culture. So I reversed the table and I brought up, and I'm gonna bring it up here, and an article, because he says, they never had the bro Noble Jew Ali, the prophet Noble Jew Ali. You know what I'm saying? They try to say that about him, but he never was incarcerated, he never was arrested. But if you saying that, let me see your information on what you uncovered, because in social media, when you Google it, you find different, a contradiction to what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? So I put up this article. I don't think you're going to be able to see that article. Is there any other way I can do this? I'm going to have to share my screen and bring it up. Give me one segundo. Give me one moment here. Let me see. Give me one moment here. I'm sharing my screen. I'm going to pull it up, and what I'm going to do is I am going to, okay, here it goes. I'm going to pull it up here. No. Okay, let me go down here and let me magnify it. Okay, let me magnify it. Let me see. I'm just doing something here. Okay, yeah, perfect. Yeah, here we go. Okay, let's do that. Okay, then let's bring it up, and let's bring this in full. So I found this article, a 1929 article, March the 21st in Chicago, and this is not a European newspaper. This is a black-owned newspaper. You know what I'm saying? I'll bring that more information out. You know what I'm saying? So it says a coroner's inquest into the murder Thursday night of Claude Green, president of the Chicago Boosters Civil Club and former Supreme Business Management of the Moorish Science Temple, brought to light the highly charged love affairs of the leader of the cult known as the Prophet Jew Ali. This is in Google. You can Google this. This is in social media. This is what's out there. You know what I'm saying? Now, the name of the three women linked in a more than ordinary way with that of the prophet. Mary Lou was 14, Christina 16, and Pearl somewhere in her 20s. Now, to two of these girls, Mary Lou and Pearl, the prophet was supposed to have been married. But when Mary Lou married to the Moorish leader at the age of 12, admitted that the ceremony had been according to the Quran, and that she had not known of the existence of any legal papers. Okay, it was construed that the prophet had put one over on this expectant mother. It was construed that he put one over on them. Now, you got to read between the lines, okay? And yeah, maybe it was Mary Lou and like he said, the father, and they made that up. But not only Mary Lou, we're talking about you're talking about Mary Lou, 14, and Christina, 16. Now, Pearl looked like she was in her 20s. She was older. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? But you still have two that are underage, according to, yeah. But the point, I'm not saying that this is true in any way, right? Now, okay, Christina 16 admitted that she had worked as a secretary but protested that there has been nothing wrong in their relationship. She lived in Maryland. Okay, so this isn't, at that time, this would be considered social media, the newspaper media at that time. This was circulating, and now it's circulating on the internet. You could find this. You can Google it. You can find it. So I try to tell him, listen, because I knew that he was going to come at me that way, that particular way. I knew because he said it before. Oh, yeah, people are going to try to bring this up about the prophet and that he did this in a young girl, but I got the proof and okay, I'm probably going to have to go back into that podcast you did where you disprove it and your counterclaim to a lot of this. I'm going to have to go back on that. You know what I'm saying? You know, because I don't find that when I Googled Noble Drew Ali. So the point I was making is that, you see, just like this scenario, this happened also to Elijah Muhammad. It happened. Okay? Right? With Malcolm X exposing that. To Elijah Muhammad it happened. Not only Malcolm X, other members too. And then with Dr. York, also, same thing. This is the media court, the court of public opinion in the media. You know what I'm saying? So we're addressing that because that's what you said. That is what you said. Let's address what's in the media. You know what I'm saying? And then you bring up these court indictments, stuff like that. But I'm not going to put it here right now. I'm going to make my notes on that for any time that it ever comes up, because I really don't want to discuss that. Because let me tell you something. As Nuwapians, Sabian, even Ansars, we honored Noble Drew Ali. Our master teacher never spoke ill, and he was considered one of the masters that came before. We learned from Noble Drew Ali and what he did and his purpose. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about discrediting him in any way. The point I was making is that just like it's happening today, it happened back then. This is a constant occurrence in our nation building, in our path, in our experience through ages, through when we were supposedly emancipated. This is a constant occurrence, But he's trying to separate it. Oh, no. You can't. You know what I'm saying? That was the point, and he did not like it. He did not like it. You know what I'm saying? So I found that kind of touchy. He kicked me out of the damn podcast, which I don't care. I don't care anyway. You kicked me out, great, fine. I'm just going to go to sleep. I went and got something to eat, went to sleep, and listened to music. I'm a musician. I did my thing. No, as a matter of fact, I got on Sonetta. You know what I'm saying? And before I got on Sonetta, which I'm gonna bring that to it. But that's what happened with the Tahaka Bay discussion. You know what I'm saying? That it wasn't about bringing the attention on Noble Drew Ali. It was about the analyzing, right? The paradoxical analyzing, and going behind the scene and saying, look, just like happened to Noble Drew Ali, now in today's day and time, it's happening to a living man. See, Noble Drew Ali is no longer living. And that's why I named this Necromancy, because a lot of these, you see, in cosmology, that's known as spiritual debris. When you go into the cemetery or you invoke the spirit of the dead, that's necromancy. Noble Drew Ali is dead. I'm not talking about his teachings, or I'm not talking about I'm talking about the person. Those gases are dead gases, and even his teaching has to be updated. It has to be taken. That's the reason why the master teacher never spoke ill about Noble Drew Ali. And what he did, he updated the Quran 7. He updated it. You know what I'm saying? He did them a favor. Let's update the information that you have. Let's update it. Because that's what I'm here to do, renew and to reform. That's what we're here to do. You know what I'm saying? But you want to push back on us because we did so, because you want to hold on to those dead gases. You want to hold on to those dead teachings. They're dead teachings. Done. We have in our midst someone teaching that's alive, still alive today. And when he does transition, there's still going to be those that's going to hold on. But he always told us, look for the next warner. Every 100 years, you're going to be guided. The most high, the most high frequency, those that are resonating the most high frequency are always going to guide us to connect back to the source. That's written in our nature. There's always going to be that guide in our nature. You know what I'm saying? He prepared us for that. You know, but when you get caught up in a particular, again, doctrine and dogma, that's the shadow self, the manipulating the shadow self. And that's what gets to be a little disturbing for you, not for me, because at the end of the day, I'm like, okay. Like Fatima used to say, find them dumb, leave them dumb. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. I don't have any, you know what I'm saying? But the fact is that, again, the updating of the information. Give me just 1 second. I'm trying to do something here and again. Trying to update the information. You know what I'm saying? We are definitely updating that information that you receive. So this whole thing of necromancy is holding on to the dead. Okay? That's what the Bible is all about. All those characters and personality in the Bible, they trying to resurrect the spirit of Jesus when Jesus, the man, the Yeshua that lived in that body, is gone. Gone. Now his spirit, is becoming a body. Okay? A body, a concept, an idea, a concept to the world, humanity. All right? And then that concept and idea is going to manifest in certain people that are going to be the body. You know what I'm saying? Living body. Living. Okay? So it's very dangerous. It's a fine line, man. That's necromancy, man. That's when you try to hold on to that. And we're all guilty of that. And not a guilt, but we're going, this shadow self and light self spiral. That's the sun energy and the moon energy, because the moon reflects the sun, and that spirals. So sometimes we go back and forth. And another thing I want to make clear and say the way I think, the Sabaean Nwapo was a doctrine, but when you go into Sabia and Sabai, it's a way of life. It's connecting to the stars. It's reality. It's a way of life. It's not a doctrine. We got, and if you're going to use a doctrine, you make sure that doctrine helps you connect to the source. That doctrine has to help you connect to the source. But once you connect to the source, you're living in the enlightenment self, in the light. You don't need no doctrine and dogma. You don't need it, because you're not functioning in at that level. So we have a very sick society, man, that had pushed doctrine and dogma, and people get so caught up in it. And that's insanity. I can't believe the things that are being said on the internet because of this happening. And I know that sometimes I can be at fault, because like I tell you, this sun and the moon energy, it wraps, it curls right around your enlightenment. Says curl. Those centers are twirling within yourself. So yeah, whenever time you connect to the source, you're always going to try to create a doctrine or a dogma about it. You know, the more you speak about the truth, the more you dilute it. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the elders, the Sufi, says that, You have to also practice non-talking and non-thinking at times. It helps you to balance yourself. So a lot of these platforms, especially in particular to the Tahaka Bay platform, and I looked at it, I watch, like right now you're watching me, right? And look at the symbol I have behind it. And somebody could ascertain and say, he must be into music. Yes, I'm into music and the spirituality of music, because when you look at that twirling and you look at Morbius strip, infinity, you see it, the inner becomes the outer becomes the inner. There's a lot in that symbol, okay? So I watch a lot of these podcasts and see what they have behind them. It's the pictures. I seen Chuck Morgan, he had a Sumerian deity behind him. And when I questioned him on that, he got quiet. Yeah, you reveal yourself without you even knowing. You know what I'm saying? This is purposely done. That's to show. But you don't see me hanging. If I could hang a picture, I do have picture of my son-in-law, that transition. I do have picture of my grandfather and grandmother, but I don't, you know what I'm saying? That's honoring your ancestors, your immediate ancestors, because that's genetically linked, but I'm not worshiping it. I'm not a worshiper, worship. I'm not going to battle with anybody over anything. I don't need to. That's worship. Worship. I don't need to do that. You know what I'm saying? So, again, he kicked me out of the podcast, which I don't care. I don't. I just recently discovered him, and lately he's been getting views because we've been putting on Uma York. It's different now. You know what I'm saying? I respect everybody. I have tolerance for everybody's differences. That's important. You know what I'm saying? But again, you have to recognize. You have to recognize things, and you got to say, okay, I see the level that you at. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why I had to bring up Noble Drew Ali, because even he was allowing the brothers to share the case. He was still making innuendos. He was still making, in there, he was throwing his little shots. I don't know if the brothers caught on to it. Amunuma caught on to it and checked them on that. Ham did. Okay? I don't know. The brother knew University was more interested and more like, yeah, okay, we need to get together, get those documents and get those counterclaims. That already been done. It's been done for 20 years. There's brothers that have deciphered and have cut it up and have looked into it. Each one of those charges, indictments, the RICO charges and all that. There's brothers out here that expound on that. They've been doing that for 20 years. Okay? And now we're looking beyond that, because now we're saying, wait a minute, all of this, if it's a conspiracy going on, if there's something going on, let's hit it right at the nail's head. Let's hit at the target. And let's look at the person presiding over this case. That's what the attention I try to put on the Judge Royal. And then when you look up in the United Nations, it's here. Maybe I should bring it up. Give me 1 second. So that you'll see that there are rules and regulations that are coming even from the United Nations and local, the federal, that it filters down. Let me bring it up here. Give me 1 second. Am I still sharing my screen? No. Okay. Let me bring this up for 1 second, y'all. Let me see. Yeah. Here it is. Okay. You should be able to see this. Yeah. Here it goes. Let me bring this up. Sorry. Damn, what happened? Oh, no. Here we go. Here. speed this up. Maximize. This is the General Council of the Judiciary. Is a working group for the creation of a code and ethics for the legal profession. Okay? This is at the United Nations level. Make sure that all these judges are following certain protocols. It's here. And then when you go down into, that's independence, impartiality. You know what I'm saying? A judge has to be impartial. Judicial impartiality is the distancing of judges from appearing parties to which they may remain at an equal distance and regarding the object of the proceeding to which they must refrain from taking an interest. Definitely, when you look at the actions and the things that were said by royals, and this is in the transcript, you see that this is not true. Impartiality also operates internally regarding the judge whom it demands. Before deciding on the case, he or she identify and make efforts to overcome any prejudice and this is the thing, predisposition which could harm the integrity of the decision. Predisposition. Very important. You're talking about a prosecutor of a case of the family of Dr. York, and this man presiding over Dr. York as a judge. Come on now, the predisposition, okay? He had a position, a predisposition. You know what I'm saying? So if you could go on. So yeah, there are laws. There are laws that so there are the laws, and I have also the federal laws and protocols and stuff like that because I researched that, and it's there. It's there. And how do we know that all of this? We have proof, man. We have proof. Proof. Well, not there. I'm sorry. We have proof. Signed documents. That's Ashley Royal. Okay? You know? Complain. It is admitted that Laverne Richardson is the surviving spouse of Roosevelt Richardson. Laverne Richardson is the Dr. York's wife, and the father-in-law is Roosevelt Richardson. It's right there. Look, right there. Okay? So, and I have plenty of more. This is all of it. We know this. We know it. So we have to now expose this and keep exposing it to law students, law universities, law students, other judges, committees, that Congress committee that sits over judges, Supreme Court judges, the judiciary system in the United States. This paper has to go out, the exposure, and says, wait a minute, we need to save our judicial system. You need to save your judicial system. You know what I'm saying? Because if not, this is being exposed. You know what I'm saying? That's not right. But anyway, so that's talking about, when I entered with Tahaka Bay podcast. And then he kicked me out. I was going to kick me out. he knows that where we were heading, and not only me, but the other brother, Chaim Tut, where we were heading, and also Amanuma did it, and he kicked them out. Where we were heading into an area that he can't deal with. And then when I switched it over to him with Noble Juan Lee, he said, look, and he says he was never cuffed. Yes, he was cuffed. But I can't even bring it up right now. Should I bring it up? Proof that this man, hold on a second. Proof that this man was arrested. Arrested. Come on now. Come on. He was arrested. Okay? He wasn't charged. You can be arrested and then you're not charged, indicted, and then they'll let you go. Okay? because they have to prove their case. The prosecutor has to prove it. You know what I'm saying? But one second. I'm trying to see if I could find that. The Chicago Defender. No, not that one. The Chicago Defender was where this came out of, and it was founded in 1905 by a Chicago-based online African-American newspaper. Well, it's come from there. I'm trying to look for that. You know, that it says it clearly there that Noble Ali was arrested. It doesn't mean that he was charged and indicted. You know what I'm saying? It says it there. But he was arrested. And he's arrested. That means they put the cuff on him, brother. Okay? It took him down. He was detained. Detained. And then they had to let him go. Okay? And the issue came up not only with Mary Lou, but then you had Christina. You know, so I try to switch it around just briefly and let them know, look. And this is all over social media. This is, you could Google this. So that's why you always going to have to address this. But then where are your sources at? That's what they're going to come at you. Tahaka Bay, where are your sources? Maybe I need to look at that podcast, see if you put up sources and check those sources. If I want to engage in that, which I really don't care about engaging that because that's gone. That's over with. My concern is today and also the validity, right? The validity of the judicial system today. You know what I'm saying? Because it's important how we have to be involved in that. It's important because there's presidents being set, presiding, precedents being set, and you never know when your children get, knocked out. You never know what goes on. You want to make sure that, you know what I'm saying? It's like protecting the planet. Save the planet. Save the oceans. Save the plant life. You know what I'm saying? Because if not, it's going to have an effect on us. It's going to affect us in the long run in humanity. The same thing with the judicial system, the act of judging. You know, we have to protect that judicial system, make sure that everything is following the right morals and ethics. Because if not, and then also, if in this society doesn't engage in it and it's fallen already, how about the new society? How are we going to continue on and set the foundation for the next coming generations coming so that they can practice proper morals and ethics when it comes to a judiciary thing? You know, when it comes dealing with crime or bankruptcy or dispute, and that's always going to exist. You know? And the only reason why crime exists because there's money, there's a monetary currency. But there's always going to exist as long as you have currency and monetary gain and currencies like that, even cryptocurrency. Whatever type of currency you have, you're always going to have a sense of dispute. It just comes with the territory. It just comes. But the morals and ethics has to be there, you know what I'm saying? And another thing, so then after that I got on Sonetta. And the reason why I got on Sonetta today is the debate. I just wanted to the sister Nepal, very, very, very intelligent sister. I mean, you can see the growth, what's happening with her. She's growing. You know, wonderful. And that Sonetta's me. And so, to support her, I said, let me get on the debate, you know what I'm saying, and let me check it out. You know what I'm saying? So I contributed to the debate. And when I got on Sonetta, the first thing I told him, hey, listen, there's things that I want to talk to you about. I don't appreciate the way you use the name Dr. Yor or any other name that you may use when you use it unappropriate. You know what I'm saying? When you use it in a detrimental way, that it's kind of like sneaky and something. I need to check you on that because I want you to check me on that also. You know what I'm saying? You know, like Khalid Muhammad. If I was to say some things about Khalid Muhammad, you're going to check me on that. You know what I'm saying? You have to check me on that. Because that's your master teacher. That's who you honor. It's Khalid Muhammad. Okay? Another one that's gone. His teachings can go on and on and on. But remember, every major guide or messenger always pointed you to further on. That even in the Bible, Jesus did the same thing. He always did the same thing. He says, John the Baptist did that when it came to Yeshua. You know, I'm not worthy to tie the laces on your shoe. There's one that's going to come after me. You know what I'm saying? And all of the messengers did the same thing. Elijah Muhammad did that. You know, now did Khalid do that? I don't know. He was maybe a different type of messenger. I consider him to be more of a warrior, a general warrior. You know what I'm saying? But he's gone. You have to honor that. You know what I'm saying? That he's gone. And so his teaching, his fortitude, his fire is still there if you want to, again, invoke that. And that's necromancy. Keeping it a buck. That's necromancy. I'm keeping it a buck. We were guilty of that back in the ancient days too. We did that. We went to the school of religion. School of religion binds you because it needs those powers, what they call spiritual debris, ditris. When you study that in Christology, you know what I'm saying? They need that. They need to bind you. And the way to do that is through the dead gases and dead forces. That's how they do that. You know? That's how that's part of a different type of magic. Oh, it's watered down, but it's taking from nature and trying to mimic it in a very detrimental way. You know what I'm saying? So that's what even the administration is being accused of. You know what I'm saying? So we have to look at that. You know what I'm saying? And we have to, it speaks about that, I think, in the 9 ball. Also the nature touches upon that. The 9 ball touches upon that. The whole necromancy thing about the dead gases and stuff. It's there. You know what I'm saying? And then when you study Christology, when you study that and you see that there is a point, the spiritual ditris, what they call ditris, the spiritual debris. I call it spiritual caca. You know what I'm saying? There's people that are invested in that. They want, you know what I'm saying? To create some type of power. It gives them some type of power. Power of the dead, the walking dead. So with Sanet, I told him, but then, like I said, I went on there and a discussion again, a brother got in there. I mean, like I said, we're sick puppies out there. Sick. Some of us think we're special, so we want to take that special bus. And you know about the special bus. The special yellow bus in high school, those were the special ones that went on that bus, right? You know about that, right? The special class, special education. They want to be special. You know what I'm saying? But they don't realize what it means. You know what I'm saying? But no one is bashing the Bible. But again, Sanetta made a great point. You have to update. And then I dropped it on him. Guess what? Dr. York with the Wapians, Sabian, the answer. We updated the Quran. We updated the Bible. We updated all of this because he's a living man. And so if we're going to go to these principles, we need to update it to today's day and time. And then once we take that lesson under our belt, then we need to leave it alone. Like he used to throw it. After he's done with it, okay, throw the Quran, throw the Bible. Let's throw it out. We took the lessons, okay? That's spiritual caca, spiritual debris. And so we're sick people. There's a lot of sick people out there. And sometimes the sickness seeks even to your own character personality. I mean, sometimes it might sneak up on me. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden I want to get a drink, or I want to smoke. I want to do certain things. And it's not to discredit anybody doing anything, because we're not perfect. We only can work towards perfection. But we have to be real. You have to call a spade when it's a spade. If you play spades or trump, right? Trunk. You have to call it what it is. You can't lie and say it is this when it's actually that. And it's both, paradoxically. You know what I'm saying? And then you look beyond it. That's transcendental reasoning. Look beyond that. Don't get caught up. Don't get caught up. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I want to share that with everyone, because I want everybody to resonate, because I want to resonate like that. I will resonate like that, and I need those around me I find those around me that are resonating in that direction, that are also resonating like that. That is very, very important. I'm finding certain brothers out here that, yes, they're resonating on that level. You know what I'm saying? Because they took those lessons and they know, you know what I'm saying, they're not engulfed in spiritual caca. A lot of New Wapian Sabians who's really stuck on a doctrine and dogma, they're saved because the man is still living. So they see it. And now they're involving themselves with seeking out elders. So it's a living practice. And so those words on the Pataruk and the Master's Secret and all that helps you to connect to the source. It's giving you so that you can wake up and connect with the source of it all, right? That's important. That's practicality, right? And so, that's all I had to say about that. You know what I'm saying? It was a very interesting night. Tonight, I don't know, I'll probably be up tonight also, because I'm going to watch that debate just to support Nepal. As far as the discussion and the topic about rape, which is interesting. She's saying that in the Bible, and they want to talk about the Bible, and about rape, and that it's condoned and makes concessions to it. And yes, it does. There's passages in there, because you have passages of morals and ethics, laws that the people have to live by. You know what I'm saying? And it makes concessions. Maybe this other sister who's I don't know her, and I don't know where she's gonna come from. It's interesting. I just want to see where she's gonna come from. And they say she's a Bible thumper. She's coming from a religious mindset. They're claiming that she's probably an Israelite. She's coming from that mindset. You know what I'm saying? And I discussed a lot of things, hinted to Nepal, discussed things with Nepal also about, that these laws of today, in the judicial system, these laws today are based out of those Mosaic laws. Yes, you can go into certain judicial buildings and see the 10 Commandments on there. These are Christians, or supposedly Christians. This is a Christian society. They're going to take those laws, but it's been updated. You see, you might be a Bible thumper. You might believe in the Bible. You might follow the laws of the Bible, and you say, oh no, that's the way it lived. It is. It don't need to update it. But you're living in a society where those laws are updated. Okay? You're living in a society, in a civilization that those laws are updated to fit with this time period that we at right now. And it's going to keep. One thing that's constant is change. That's nature. It's constant. It's change. It's constant. You can't stop it. It's inevitable. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be an interesting conversation. You know what I'm saying? It's different. I'm trying to think back. I don't think I ever had conversations like that as Ansars. Propagating or speaking in forum classes and things like that. But that'd be interesting to bring that up. But the thing is that, again, you're putting attention on a book, like I told them, a book that was written. It's put together, not even written. It was put together and translated in 1611, right? Come on, man. We're in 2021. Talking about something from 1611? Really? No. What's everlasting is forever, man. It doesn't say that. Things change, man. You know, when you look at the progressions of many of those prophets, they changed with the times that they were in. Yeshua didn't do things. Oh, well, I come to not to destroy the laws of the old, but to fulfill. Well, in that fulfillment is including change. In that fulfillment, you see, they don't read for comprehension. That's the problem. Is we have, you know, and again, that's because the educational system here. The educational system is a public educational system that prepares you to be in the public arena, not in a private arena, in a public arena where it puts you in compartments, departments. You're being groomed to get into these departments. You know what I'm saying? To work in these departments and to say to yourself, I'm a Christian. So if I'm a good Christian makes a good soldier. Yeah? A good Christian makes a good soldier. When you go to the army, they're going to throw the Bible at you. You know what I'm saying? You have the chaplain. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these military generals are engulfed in their religious practice, which is Christianity. And whatever they do underneath all of that, but we're not discussing that. But, you know what I'm saying? This is a Christian society. We're living in a Christian society in the United States of America. And even around the world, it's spread. It's spread. The Romans, it's spread. You know what I'm saying? And so, the mindset, like I said, this change is inevitable. That mindset is going to change. And you got to be up with the times. You know what I'm saying? You have to be up with the times, man. You can't get caught in that muck and mire. You got to be pulled out of that. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole symbolism behind the Freemasonry, giving you the claw and pulling you from the muck and mire, pulling you and raising you up so that you see the sky, the charter. The true lodge, the blue lodge, is a huge lodge. It's the sky. Underneath the sky, we have certain abilities underneath that canopy. You know? But that's Freemasonry. You know? So yeah, I mean, interesting. I just want to make this an hour. So I got 7 more minutes. So, you know, that was the conversation, you know what I'm saying? That was brought up. You know, I just posted the one with the elders. I want to keep it positive. So the other ones, I'm sure brother's gonna grab it and post it. You know what I'm saying? But great job to Amanuma. Great job, New University TV. Everybody did a great job. But we're discussing right now on how we can, instead of going to these platforms or these necromancers, let me not go there. Let me call them no name. Instead of going to these other platforms and they're using our energy to get more views, which is, I don't care about any of that. You know, I'm not here to go into nobody's pocket. But instead of, they don't have our best interests at heart. And we're thinking about the humanity. Humanityism. You know, we're thinking about humanity. You know what I'm saying? And fairness, okay? Honesty, truthfulness, honor, you know what I'm saying? Integrity, you know? Tolerance for people's differences, you know? And I gotta give out the Taka has a little tolerance there, but when you press him on certain things, man, I know where I could push that brother's button. That's interesting. I know where I could push his button. You know what I'm saying? Because he's locked in that one mind. You know what I'm saying? He acts like, oh yeah, I got friends and good friends of mine, WAPI, and they say, and I'm sure that they school you, but still, in that school, what's being exposed is that you got a hidden agenda, brother. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why. You got a hidden agenda. You know? And so we just want to expose, just like the media back then painted Noble Ali a certain way to the media, to the public, to newspapers. It's the same thing that's happening today with Dr. York. Same thing is happening today. They're painting him in that light, just like they did with Elijah Muhammad in the newspapers. You know, Father Divine, a lot of leaders, especially black leaders, and also, you know, other leaders too. You know, saying don't have to necessarily be black leaders, but primarily we're speaking about black leaders right now. But I'm sure you can go into other races and nationality, and you see how they were treated and the things that they've done. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, they're all trying to put this on Dr. York. Every time they bring up the child molestation, they want to home in on Dr. York, and they want to home in on child molestation. That's all they see. That's all they have. But they don't look beyond that. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to pull that curtain and see what's behind all this. You know? What's behind it? You know? 4 more minutes and I'm out of here. So that's you know, that's a whole conversation, you know what I'm saying? What I want to do in later podcasts, I'm going to open up the lines and see if anybody want to call in. You have to either be a friend of mine, because I'll use a messenger and I'll just put up the phone. I try to get another line, but I just can't. I can't do that right now unless the Google. I'll see if I can do it through there. But I'm done with, you know, paying for all these different extra services. I'm done with that. You know what I'm saying? Didn't work out for me. I tried to create another line, and it didn't work out for me. I do have free conference call, that app. But I think that, no, through Messenger. Messenger, you can call somebody up, and they can call me through Messenger. And I can also get that call here, right, while I'm broadcasting. And I can actually share the screen and bring you up that way. Yeah, some people don't want to go through StreamYard or whatever, or just briefly. But yeah, I'm going to start opening the lines because, you know, if anybody has any questions and want to share anything. So look for in the future. I'm waiting on Pharaoh to get back to me. Shazet. I'm waiting for him to get back to me so that we can, again, these people don't have our best interests, a lot of these platforms. So let's try to bring... there's already platform that exists. I'm telling you, the vision. I keep forgetting the name of Intervision. Vision. And Amenuma has this platform. You know, there are platforms already here, but everyone is going out there to discuss. Well, because those people have in their platform, they have people, you know. It's like beating, you know, a dead horse. You know what I'm saying? To go. These people are not going to help the master teacher. They're not. We can just get on there and expose and put the information out there so that the algorithm is there. But as far as addressing the people on the chat and the people that come on there, they don't care. They're caught up. They're insane. They're sick. They don't care. They don't care about morals and ethics at all. You know, with that being said, I'm going to leave you guys. Man, it's still raining. I'm going to leave you guys. Peace and blessing. And maybe I might post something. I might go on live later on after the debate. You know what I'm saying? Just to have a little fun. And if anybody want to get at me, you know, just get at me and we can discuss some things. Okay? Peace and blessing, y'all. And check out the CeeLo Musical Chronicles, man. I'm starting to put some of them oldies but goodies, bring back memories for those of that age, but also to the appreciation of the music. You know what I'm saying? That was a beautiful time. Peace and blessings to y'all. Wadu.